It's Vernisa, and I'm here to speak up. It's time to speak up. Hello everyone, my name is Vernisa, and this is my podcast, Speak Up. Hope you guys are all having a great week so far. I'm happy August is coming to an end. It was a really good month, so I'm excited for September. For those of you that don't know, the mission statement for this podcast is we'll use our voices to motivate people to overcome life challenges through self-love and respect. So shout out to the new listeners out there. This is the place for self-love and inner peace. I want to say too, this is a pre-recorded episode. I want to give a nice happy birthday to Kobe Bryant. I had to rock his mama today. Throw it out there. For those
Mama
of y'all
Day,
watching.
period.
Right, August 23rd, Mama Day. Before I get started, a quick shout out to my amazing sponsors. Shout out to My Bar, located at 720 East Manchester in Inglewood, California. Get your nails, your lashes, your hair done. Ask for mine. Tell them that SpeakUpJV sent you. The Instagram is at myy.var. As you can see, she just slayed me, so I have to rock that on here. And also a big shout out to Be Actual Natural. Why settle for less? All the products are created with you in mind for a goal to let your self-love show through your self-care. The chemical-free hair and skincare products are handmade, plant-based, and free of fillers or preservatives. Treat yourself while taking care of yourself. Start your journey at www.beactualnatural.com, and Instagram is at beactualnatural. Woo! So I'm excited for tonight's episode. This is actually a person I admire dearly, and I'm just so grateful to have her on here. Y'all give it up for Starr, founder of Favorite Fridays. Woo! Hey girl, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good, and you? How are you, Vernisa?
I'm doing pretty good. This actually was the highlight of my day, so I'm feeling great.
Yay! Thank you for having me.
Yes, thanks for coming on. It's good to see you on here. So, tell us a little bit about yourself and Favorite Fridays.
So, as Vernisa said, I am Miss Starr G. Jenkins. I am the founder of Favorite Fridays, and Favorite Fridays is a nonprofit missions and basically supplying and providing hygiene products and food for the homeless. So every month, what we used to do, let's rewind. What we used to do is go out at least once every Friday, every month, to go and service those that were experiencing homelessness, either in Skid Row or just in the LA area in general. We would package meals and then also package hygiene bags, and then we would just go out into the streets and pass them out accordingly to different encampments and things of that nature. So we would just literally pull up on folks. So we are still currently doing that, but now that, because job changes and things of that nature, I just try to do it, at least once a month on any day that I, have, available. Usually it's a Saturday morning or a Saturday afternoon. And we still basically do the hygiene bags and we do the food every so often, but we try to, just measure a bigger population when we try to feed. So, we try to at least do that once or twice every quarter, but we do get out there every month and pass out hygiene bags, the basic necessities. And that's what we do. And that's
I love it.
What we do. It's so much, but yes, that's to summarize it up. That's all we do. Yes.
That was a great summary. I remember when I first found out about Favorite Fridays, I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. I love what, the videos that you post, you out there, you putting everything together, the organization that it takes, bringing that community together, the humanitarian work. I want to applaud you on here live on
Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
So I know, you mentioned that you started off giving out stuff on Fridays. So where did the word favor come from? What made you come up with Favorite Fridays put together?
Oh, so basically Favorite Fridays, first and foremost, I created Favorite Fridays after I graduated college. I had just finished basically pursuing my master's degree in public administration, and I was kind of at a crossroads because I'm like, I'm always doing something. So if it wasn't working, it was school, if not both at the same time. So with me finishing, my college degree, I had to figure out, okay, what am I going to do now? I was kind of just sitting there idle. And, I've been surrounded by people that are constantly moving, creating, and things of that nature. So I kind of just sat back one day, and I feel like it was literally God that just put it on my heart to create this nonprofit. It wasn't a nonprofit to start off. It was just basically something personal that I was doing. And I just told myself, even if I feed 10 to 25 people, it's something. So God literally put it on my heart, pack some hygiene bags, pack up some sandwich bags. And that's literally what, we did. And God also put it on my heart to kind of put it out there into the world. Because I've been active on social media. So I thought, why not? If, it might be a chance for people to either donate and contribute in their own way to those experiencing homelessness, because I know people are always looking for ways to give back, just like I was. So I put it out there on social media. I really did not think I was going to get such positive and great feedback from like my followers and things of that nature. But girl, I was floored. Okay. So I think my first month, this was back in August of 2018. I asked for donations. I told everyone what I was doing, and I think we got like maybe about $500 to $600 in donations. So I was able to make 200 sandwiches, and then also create like 200 hygiene bags, to pass out, to go out and distribute. So, I also solicited volunteers. I had people that came and assisted me putting, the food together and the bags together. And it was just a beautiful thing. And so it was so like self-gratifying. So, and I say all that to say is like, I came up with the word favor, first and foremost, because I was doing on Fridays, but favor, I just felt like it was important for us to get out there in the streets and show favor onto others, just as God does to us, like, every day. And I'm going to say, me personally, I know God has favored me throughout my whole life. I can't look back and say that God was never there. He's always been there, so the favor is real. So, I just basically wanted to pay it forward. And, I just felt like this would be something great, something positive to, show favor onto others. So that's pretty much how we came up with Favor Fridays.
Oh, beautiful story. And it's crazy how the baby steps matter. We look at something huge that we want to do, and it's really like you literally broke down what you did, and God did the rest and put it all together. And I love how you said there's a lot of people who want to donate and make an impact but don't know how. And sometimes God will place it on us to be that leader, to be that person that people can feel comfortable going to make that action happen. So yeah. I love it. So how can people donate?
So now Favor Fridays is a functioning official nonprofit. We became a nonprofit May of 2021. So, of course, what comes with that is creating, your website. I do have a social media handle. Actually on Instagram, it's at Favor Fridays. I have the donation link in my bio. You can always DM me. We can, collaborate, things of that nature. I love to collaborate with folks because it just gives people a chance to show their favor, through their own means of work. So, I love collabs. And also you can visit our website. Our website is favorfridays.us. So it is Favor Fridays, FAVORFRIDAYS.US. So yeah, and you could go through the page, you could read about us, learn our history, and yeah, we also have a donation page, so you could donate directly that way as well.
I love it. I hope you guys out there taking notes. Give a perfect place to donate to if you're looking for somewhere to donate this summer. So any upcoming Favor Friday events or announcements you want to announce on here?
Yeah, so I'll actually be collaborating soon with one of my close friends, Miss Janae Nichols. Okay, she's actually a amazing chef, and she reached out to me this past month wanting to. Well, basically, she got a food truck, so she wants to get out there and feed some people. So we're still kind of in the planning works of that. So I believe she shot out a date in October. So, you guys could be looking forward to that. I'll be creating, a flyer soon, and we'll be creating, a social media video to explain what we're doing and the details about that.
Okay, everybody, look out for that. Good stuff coming soon from Favorite Fridays. So now let's get it. Tonight's episode is titled Favor in Giving. So I love to take every title and mold it to the guest. So that's tonight's episode. So it is now time for our Acts Up segment. So tonight's Acts Up question of the day is, what is your favorite way to give to others? So if you listen out there, please comment. I go back and read the comments. I would love to see, what is your favorite way to give to others? I'll go ahead and start. Besides, giving, helping when I can, when it comes to money and stuff. Another way I like to give to others is giving people positive energy. You never know how much a hug, a laugh, a smile can do. Like, I love, if you're walking around having a sad day, I'm that person that wants to make you feel good, give you a compliment, doing that. There's other ways in giving. I think we have this notion that giving always has to be money or has to be this, and this. And you literally, your energy, sometimes too, God will bless you with certain energy to give to others, like a conversation to say, that message to give. And I feel like that's one way it was placed on me, and I actually enjoy doing that. So what about you, Starr? What is your favorite way to give to others?
Girl, I have to agree with the energy aspect of things. I think in today's society, it's so much mess going on, so much negativity. So it's like, I have to agree, the energy is important. And a lot of times I feel like, in our society, we don't smile enough. We don't give each other enough compliments.
Yes.
We don't say, girl, keep going, keep your head up, keep it on swivel. Okay, we don't applaud the little things. And, I think it's important to really celebrate, people's, not only the big strides that they take, but also, the little things, and just being kind. I feel like being kind goes a long way. So that's really how I like to give, is just being a positive person, being kind, lending a helping hand wherever, I can be a help. So yeah, to just do the right thing, y'all. It's not hard. It's really not hard to be fruitful in this world. And I think sometimes we think so much into it, and all it takes is just to smile and be kind to someone, because like you said, you never know what people going through, and you never know how far that, that energy will take someone. So I think that's very important.
Yeah, that's the part. I feel like kindness is underestimated. It's crazy because it's like, I've known you for some time, but I feel like I've known you longer because of just that genuine kindness when I first met you. It's like, you ever meet somebody and their energy's just great, and you feel like you've known them.
I think it's an Aquarius thing.
Yeah, it's an Aquarius thing too. I feel like not everyone could master it yet, but I get you. But it is true, and I feel like too, that's where I think too, a lot of the trust that people have with you too, trust and Favorite Fridays, you're the face of it too, and it's all that comes together. It's like we all want to run a business or a nonprofit, but what are you doing outside of that? And I think the person that you are really shines bright. Are you still, I try to hold myself accountable. Am I still Speak Up Vernisa out on the streets? Or, you know what I mean, and not just on this microphone. So all those things play hand in hand. So tonight's episode is about the importance of giving / being selfless. So SpeakUpJV like to get up in there. So we're going to talk about that. We in a very selfish world right now.
Oh, girl.
Everything, self, this and that. And, I don't want to give unless I get this on these conditions. And it's like, I feel like once the world lost that, I feel like that's why the stuff you're talking about, it started surfacing. I think being able to give to others starts from within. That relationship with yourself definitely matters with how you act when you're on the streets with other people. Are you giving to yourself? Or do you feel worthy of receiving? All those things play a part when you're out there doing really work with other people. Any thoughts on that notion?
Oh, I agree, girl. I agree. You know what? It's so funny that you brought up like people trusting me with this, because that was such a big thing for me in the beginning. Like, I think I kind of would question myself, because I'm like, I wanted to be as transparent as I could, because that's people donating their money, donating their time, and really believing in you to do what you say you're doing, and it's so much fraud going on. That's another
Yes.
thing too. So it's like, I really held myself to a standard to really, do the right thing and ensure that people can trust in me with this, So that's why I'm so transparent when it comes to like what we do for Favor Fridays, and at first we would get a little pushback with that. You always have some Debbie Downers that's wondering, well, why are you putting this on the social media? Why are you airing this about people? But it's not about that. That's not why I put this out there in the world. I put it out in the world not only to inspire others to pick up the torch, but also to be transparent, and it's just important. It's just important. And that helps me to trust myself, and hold myself accountable with my nonprofit. So, yeah, but giving is definitely an important factor. And you can never give too little.
No.
I want people to understand that too. I've always got the question of like, what do you do? How do you do it? Like, how much do you have to do? But it's not a question of how much. It's just a question of you getting out there and doing it. Everything counts. And, these people are so like loving and appreciative of anything. So of course, give your all and be the best you could be, with whatever you do, or with whatever creativity or whatever platform you're exercising. But definitely never question yourself, and honor yourself, because it takes a lot to really get out here in this world and be a positive source, and I want us to understand that we're connected to the highest source, so you have to remember, like, you're an outlet of that, you're an outlet of our higher being, of our, I always speak about my God, because I know God is real in my life. So, God is my resource, my power source. So I want to be an outlet of his light and love in my life. So, that's what I live by. So that helps me to be who I am. So, I just pray that more people tap into that too. I feel like we've gotten away from understanding who we are and who we come from. So,
tell me about it. And I want to say too, I feel like too, when it becomes like, well, I gave this much, that's when it becomes a competition and it becomes selfish, because now you're doing it for the wrong reasons. I think giving should just be a part of your daily routine of who you are. If you have it to do in that moment, nothing to show off, nothing I got to do this and do that. That's just what you said. When it's just who you are, what you're about, when you're placed you'll be placed in more positions to bless others. You'll get blessed to bless others. And I want to say this too. Love is a form of giving. I think we don't talk about that enough. I think too, we're in such a society. It's like, I got to be cold-hearted. I'm a show. I don't care, this and that. Love is a form of giving. I think when you tap more into that love side, it's going to be easier to give naturally. It's not going to feel like a burden, like, oh, I don't want to give this up. You're going to look at it like, I'm loving the person next to me to be able to do that. How did you tap into your gifts / purpose? Like, what is something, just, it could be anything, like, just in your head.
To be honest, Vernisa, like I said, just being a prayerful, God-fearing woman, and just knowing that God is real in my life, like, that's really what has helped me tap into my purpose. And I really felt like Favor Fridays was my purpose, because I've been such a hard worker throughout my life, like in school, in my my careers and things of that nature, to where when I started Favor Fridays, I finally felt like I was doing something that was self-gratifying, and it filled me with purpose. It gave me purpose. And just to be able to share that, and then also allow others to share, their favor through my nonprofit. Like that gave me the success I feel like I've always been looking for, just through my form of giving. And at the end of the day, it's just, you just racking up those credit points, okay? Because when we go to our higher self, it's like you're gonna be able to look back and be like, "Ooh, thank you, God. Thank you for allowing me to be a vessel for you."
Yes.
And that's really what helps me tap into that. Just being a vessel, really, just whatever God puts on my heart, my brain. I try to tap into that and stay true to that, and just share it. That's another thing. It's so important to share, y'all.
Share information, anything.
Information, anything. Like you said, that's a form of love. Just sharing. It defeats the purpose if you just keep it all bundled up inside of you, because it's like, okay, what if somebody else can, find their purpose through your form of sharing, whether that's information, words of affirmation, love, energy, whatever it is, so I just want us to kind of tap into more of not thinking so much about things, just act, so yeah.
I love that. And tapping into your gifts and your purpose, it does make it easier for you to give, because some people are better at organizing, some people are good at making money, some people are good at teaching, some people have that wisdom. All those things, when you really master and figure out what that is, it's going to be easy for you to share whatever that is with the world. So I'm glad you brought that up. And also I want to get into too, being able to accept help from others. So just like we talk about giving, are you open to receiving? I read the book The Go-Giver, and it talked about that all successful people learn to receive as well. Like, how are you this giver? It's a cycle. You have to be able to receive it in return. Like, you ever try to help someone and then they're such a giver, they're like, no, and it's like you're blocking the cycle by not allowing yourself to receive, because guess what? You bless someone, God's going to bless you back in return, and you have to let that run its course. And then I feel like once you receive, you'll be able to give again. And we have to figure out what is stopping us from receiving. We have to let go of the pride. I think a lot of it's pride and ego, and you don't want to seem like you're in need, but we're all going to need somebody at one point of our lives, something, whether it is just words, whatever. Be open to those blessings that are coming back your way. So, in your opinion, what do you think makes people hold back on giving and receiving? Your opinion?
Honestly, okay, because look, God is still working on me. God is still working on me, because I have definitely been one of those people to where it's like, I don't want to take from anyone, so when someone offers their help, I'm like, no, I got it, don't worry about it, and luckily, to be honest, Vernisa, I've been so blessed that I felt like there has not been many times that I've needed help, So when I do receive someone trying to lend a helping hand, or, just give me advice or whatever, it's like, it's new to me. So it's like, I'm working on being able to accept that. And I do agree, it's a pride, it's an ego thing, and it's just, for me too, it's just a form of not wanting to take from others, but like you said, it's a cycle, the way, if we block someone else from being able to give to us, like, we're blocking that cycle. We're not allowing them to get their blessing, because it's like, we're like, no. So it's like, one of my best friends actually told me that, and I was like, well, I didn't look at it that way. So I'm like, dang, you're right. I want you to get your blessing just like I'm getting mine when, I share with others. So that's definitely a thing. I think it's just a idea of changing our perspective and tweaking our mind to understand, like, that can also be a form of giving by allowing someone else to give to you, So
that right there.
That's a way to share as well. Share the wealth, share the energy, and just let things flow, and God gonna handle the rest. So,
And a person may be trying, I'm taking the word trying out my vocabulary. A person may be wanting to take the word, maybe wanting to learn how to give. And it's like, yeah, allow them to learn that through you. So I love that. So it is now time for the tweet up segment. But something that I tweeted this week that goes with tonight's episode is being selfless isn't a threat to your self-love. And I say this because, you can still love yourself and love others and give to other people, and, we have this notion that, self-love is selfish, this and that. It's not. Actually, the more you're taking care of yourself, you're actually taking care of the people you love. Let's be real. If you're not taking care of yourself, you're being mean to yourself. The other people around you are going to feel that. You're doing that. You're poisoning your environment when you're poisoning yourself. So the more you pour into yourself, you actually have more fruit to give. You're not on E. You have more energy to give. And, and it's not a threat if you do say, I want to give to someone else. You're not hurting yourself by doing that. Yes. I'm not talking about like people pleasing and stuff like that. I'm just talking about like the basic, like just taking care of you. You have to have balance, with your self-love and your selfless. That's about that healthy balance. Not being too much to where you forget about yourself, but not being so into yourself to where you forget about other people. So what advice would you give to a person who wants to start their own nonprofit?
So my advice would be just to do it. Get like Nike and just do it. Okay. Just do it. I get that question all the time. It's like, where do I start? What do I do? Like, how do I start? It's just really doing it. Because I feel like, again, we think so much into things. It's like, even if you're just starting off with feeding 4 to 5 people or assisting 4 to 5 people, guess what? You that's your win. Okay, that is your win in the world. God is not taking account of how much you give and who you give to. He just wants you to get out there and be fruitful and share his light and his love with his people. So just do it. That's really my advice. Straight to the point. Advice. Just do it. Don't think, just do it. Just do it. Okay.
It did. Look, y'all, hope y'all taking notes on that. Do you thinking about something? Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. I think we just be in our mind too much. And that creates self-doubt, that creates negativity, that creates you postponing on just doing things and being creative in the world and sharing your crafts and just your energy with people. So it's like, let's stop doing that. It like I said earlier, it takes nothing to be kind to someone, and if you ain't got it right now, then cool, do the little that you can. Okay. And that's going to make the biggest difference in the world. Like I said earlier, you never know what people are going through. Just saying hi to someone, just speaking favor over someone, like praying for someone. That's the pray one. For someone today, pray for someone, keep someone in your spirit and uplift them, through your spirit and, in your sacred space. And that could be your way of giving. So y'all, let's just love on one another. I think it's so much hate in the world right now. It's so much negative energy. It's just draining. Let's not tap into that draining energy. Let's not do that. Let's be a positive force in the world. Let's be love. Okay. Let's be love.
And just do it. Period.
And do it.
And do it. Okay. And like, speaking of just doing it, I told the story on here before, but I would say it again. I remember when me and Jim first started this podcast, we were like, are people going to listen to us talk? It's weird. We bought these $20 mics. The mics were staticky, but guess what? People were still listening. And then you did it. We didn't care. We didn't think about nothing. I love what you said, like, get out your head, and I think sometimes we're in our head. And then what is that doing? Prolonging the journey, because you could have been started and at least made the little mistakes and then pivoted. So great advice.
That's how you learn. That's how you learn, by getting out there and just doing things. You're going to make mistakes, but your mistakes are lessons, okay, throughout your journey. So this is one of my biggest things is I do not take losses. I take lessons.
Ooh.
Okay. It's never a loss. It's always a lesson, and you're going to always learn something through, anything that you do, whether it sets you back a couple steps or it advance you. You're going to learn through that process, and you're going to become a better you and a bigger you. So, period.
Y'all, she's speaking to me right now. Let us. So it is now time for the Life Up segment. So the Life Up segment is when I take the topic I relate it to an issue in today's world. So tonight's Life Up is people giving for personal gain and or recognition. And then so we can start with the problem with people giving for their own personal gain. It's not, like I said, it's not a contest, it's not a competition. It's not genuine. You actually, that's not the cycle when you giving like for the look of it. Taking pictures of people who are in need, that's a big one. We saw that online, like people just look, I gave this, I'm not when you're showcasing like like the humanitarian work. I was when people do it solely for that type of thing.
Because you do have those too. That's just doing it, taking the
right.
picture,
They never give.
I did my part. Okay, I'm out of here, and then you don't see nothing else after that. It's like, okay, well, what happened?
Well, what happened? Do you know what you be doing? Like, no. And then the other one is giving to receive something in return. So is it genuine if you like, I'm only doing this just so I can get that back? I want to say this too. Genuine giving means you don't expect anything in return. Like, you're just doing it. Okay, some come back quick, but don't. Like, it doesn't. I think that's the notion we have to have in that. I think too, coming up in a world that's so greedy, this and this. We had that. I did this for them. And it's like, where's the love? Love is missing in that equation.
Definitely. It's not about receiving, y'all. Like, God gives to us every day without questioning us. Y'all, we still sinners out here, and God is still giving, okay? God is still giving us life, giving us breath, and even that basic is a necessity, okay? So it's not about that. If you're gonna give genuinely. My baby at the door here.
So cute.
Sorry, y'all. If y'all can hear her, yes, that's my little man in the bed.
Like blessings on the episode.
Yes, but y'all, just give without looking for anything in return. And I think that's a lot of time that creates a negative energy within us too, is because we're giving to receive back, or we're giving with the expectation, really with the what do I want to say? Well, with the assumption that we're going to get back. And then we hold people to these expectations of, okay, well, I did it for them, they're going to do it for me. And baby, not everybody is you, okay? People do not think like you. They do not walk like you. They do not talk like you. They do not behave like you. So you cannot expect that because you did it, they're going to, recycle that back to you. Some people are takers in this life, but I'm sorry, sad to say, but yes, some people are takers. But I always give with the notion that I gave with this idea is I wanted to give to them. I wanted to give. I know God put it on my heart to exercise that right of mine. So whatever they do with it, that's what they do with it. Now, I do pray that they pay it forward. But if not, then it's okay. I did my part. You did your part. And that's just what it is. And I want people to also know that if you don't always receive it back from the person that you gave it to, best believe it's going to come back to you one way or the other. The universe always has this way of giving back to us and providing for us. And I think sometimes we forget that even the little things that we don't even think about, like us being alive, us waking up every day, us getting to and from our destination every day is a form of us getting back. Us receiving back what we put out in the world. So remember that you're blessed, you're living a blessed life, and it's not about what you can give to receive. So, just keep that in mind. You're blessed, so be a blessing.
Keep that mindset. So Being a mother, wife, and I can never say the word philanthropist. I can't say that word. That word.
Okay. We
Y'all
all
know what I'm
have a
saying.
word we can't
Yeah,
say.
that's that word. I could read it all day. That word. How do you keep yourself motivated by while wearing different hats in life?
Girl, again, just doing it, staying prayed up, girl. Staying prayed up. Every day is a test. Everything is something new for me, especially motherhood. Like, I think becoming a mother has really shown me how precious every moment is, and being present. Because this little boy he's already one, and I felt like I was just pregnant. I was just celebrating my baby shower, about to have a baby, and now he's one. Like, and it went by so fast. So, I think just being present, and enjoying every step of the way. And like I said earlier, knowing that I'm gonna make mistakes, but I'm still gonna learn through that process. And also, I've been trying to learn also to give myself grace, because, I've always tried to hold myself to such a standard, whether it was in my career, in school, and it's something that our parents instill in us, like, oh, you have to be the best, you have to get those A's, you have to do this. So now I'm just trying to give myself grace, and knowing that even if I slip up, even if I don't want to some days, even if I don't feel good some days, it's okay. I'm going to always have a tomorrow or another chance to, pour into myself, give back, or, answer that text, answer that call, talk to that friend, whatever, and yes, life is short. And so that just goes back to me saying, like, just being present, doing what I can, giving myself grace, loving on me, pouring into myself.
Number one.
Baby, we have to be okay in order to be okay for others, like mentally, physically, everything. So, I'm just trying to little by little get back to myself, and, taking the time for myself so that I can be a good wife, so that I can be a good mom, and, just being patient with myself. That's a real biggie for me, is just being patient. I'm always on the go, and I'm always thinking like, okay, what's next? But, I have to enjoy the things that I have now. And so, like, my son has been teaching me that, like, stay in the moment, enjoy this time that we have now, because it could either be all gone in an instant, or, time is of the essence. So, time waits on nobody. So, just got to keep moving.
I love that. I love that you threw the word patient in there too, because we all need that. So it is now time for the drink up segment. So if you're listening out there, please pull out some water and drink some water.
We like a nice water, H2O, okay?
It's hot, y'all. Drink some water. But I got a water fact for tonight.
Dehydrated.
Stay hydrated, please.
Please.
Woo! I needed that. So tonight's water fact is, research has shown that dehydration causes people to feel cold or hot while sleeping. Drinking water before bed benefits you by not only ensuring that you remain well hydrated while you're asleep, but also maintaining optimal body temperature. This helps to ensure that your sleeping remains undisturbed and comfortable. By far and easy. Look, I love having water by my bed. Drink some water, sleep good, feel good.
Stand being dehydrated.
Waking up thirsty, make the move.
You parched. Like,
you wake up, you're like, I'm looking for water. That's not fun.
It's not. It's not at all.
It's not
I
fun.
love water. And for y'all who don't drink water, y'all need to do better. Y'all need to do better. It takes nothing. It tastes like nothing.
It's everywhere. Just drink it.
Girl, water is life. Okay, period.
I love it. Sometimes that's all I want. I don't even need something with flavor.
Right,
like,
exactly.
I want some water. So drink your water and sleep well. So back to the episode. So this is maybe this question doesn't apply to you, but like also access on there. Receiving donations isn't always easy, but how do you pivot when the donations aren't what you anticipate them to be? So like, if it's like, maybe a slower time, is there any like pivots you have to do?
Yeah, donations. Whenever I don't receive a lot of donations, like I say, I only do what I can do. Like I try not to put a cap on myself. Like whether I can feed or assist or supply hygiene for 10 to 15 people, then that's what I did for the month. Like that's a part of giving myself grace, because I feel like when we start to put a number on things, it's like, okay, I got to keep meeting this standard, and it's like, that's not what favor is about. That's not what giving is about. You can only do so much, and there's other ways that I can give too, and I try to do that. So if I don't receive like a lot of donations, I either use my own, use some more of my own funds, to supply whatever distribution that I'm doing for the month, or I take that as a time too to take a break. Because I feel like, I have to be able to recharge, my battery too. It does take a lot of energy to go shopping for the supplies, have to put the supplies together, because we don't always have volunteers. A lot of times it's just me and my husband that, does everything. We have to go out in the streets and ride around the town and pass everything out, so that takes a lot of time and energy. So, sometimes if I don't receive a lot, then I'll just, keep that for the following month and take a break. And, I tell myself a lot of times, like, I have to be okay in order to do this work. So, pouring into myself is just as important as giving back as well, because I don't want to burn myself out either. And then, God forbid anything happens and I can't do it at all, so I think that's important as well too. But yeah, I don't sweat it. If I don't get a lot of donations, we figure it out, and I just do what I can.
Yes, and there is power in slowing down, and I appreciate your transparency on here. Thank you for that. So it is now time for the Poet Up segment. So y'all know this is one of my newest segments on SpeakUpJV. Y'all know I like to write poetry, so I'm gonna share about a quote from one of my poems. This poem was titled "Breathe," and here's a quote from it: "Focus on peace. That will give you a peace of mind. Mindfulness is the key to unlock the chains that have trapped you in the past." So going off of mindfulness, this is a nice, short, sweet, easy quote for y'all to carry for this week. So back to the episode. Where do you see Favorite Fridays in 5 years?
That is a good question. To be honest, I eventually want to get like a mobile, either like a van or something that, I can use. I can kind of either, whether it's through a donation or me buying it, however, God is going to work it out. But, a lot of times what I do is on a monthly basis, when I have like so much stuff to give, I have to like rent, cars or rent vans. I like to rent vans because I have more space. So I see myself investing in like some type of mobile vehicle that I can use solely for Favorite Friday. So I could really just pull up on folks, One of my inspiration is Beauty to the Streets. Have you seen her? Oh, I love her. I love her. She's always been like an inspiration to me. And yeah, like hopefully I pray that one day Favorite Fridays can get to, that standard of just, having something mobile to just really pull up on folks, because then I will want to focus on taking on Favorite Fridays full time. Right now I am working 9 to 5. I do work for the county of LA, and so just being able to pivot my public sector experience into my nonprofit. I'm learning so much with working with the county. I've been being able to promote for the past 8 years that I've been there, so it's like every promotion has allowed me to increase my experience, whether that's in clerical duties, budgeting, leadership roles, etc. So being able to take that experience and increase my nonprofit and, Favor Fridays. So, just hopefully one day becoming full time in my work with Favor Fridays. That's really my goal, my 5-year plan.
And like you said, God gonna work it out. So you already putting it out there, it's being heard. So I love that. I totally could see that happening. Totally, like I envisioned everything you just said. I was like, okay, yeah, it's coming.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. So it is now time for the show up segment. So the show up segment, how did I show up for myself this week? So I'm gonna kind of talk about last week. I took a break last week. Last week I kind of was like, F a lot of things. And I just listened to my body, listened to myself. And it felt really good. I feel really recharged this week and ready to like do what I need to do to handle business. So, I think sometimes when we think, how do we show up for ourselves? It's like this big action, like I did this. Sometimes it is just calming down, slowing down, allowing yourself to recharge, allowing yourself to rest, allowing yourself to say no to things. So that's how I showed up for myself this week. So Starr, how did you show up for yourself this week?
I showed up for myself with getting more active. Okay, so becoming a mother, I have lost all sense of exercise, all sense of movement. The only movement this boy keeps me on my toes. Okay, so I do move for him, but just getting more into like my fitness. And so I've been just trying to train my mind and become more disciplined with my physical being. So that's how I've been showing up to myself, at least devoting 30 to an hour to exercise and move my body.
Great answer. Look, shout out to the moms out there. Take notes. Look.
Yes.
So,
take your time. It's
hard
hard
do it
here,
right.
but we got to get to it because we want to live a long life, to see our children grow. And that's really one thing that's been on my mind. I have to be healthy for my little boy. So, and I want him to be healthy. So.
And see it. I love that. So I love to ask guests a fun question. So your fun question for tonight. So you a fashionista. You be fly girl. We see you. So if you could dress any celebrity, who would it be?
Oh,
I would have curious.
Drake.
Okay. Are you gonna keep it with the puff balls, or you gonna take those out?
You know what? I'll let Drake do Drake. Okay, I know people be having so let my boy be him. Okay, but no, Drake is like my favorite artist. He's like I actually went to see a show last night, and it was amazing. It's always a treat to see him. And girl, he's just a celebrity that, like I said yesterday, I will fan over any day. And I don't do that over, I don't do that over celebrities because I'm like, you're an everyday person.
That's an Aquarius thing. You don't really,
no, but Drake, I love Drake. I've been listening to his music when he first came out, but yes, he would be someone I would love to dress just to, get a little swaggy on it. He already got swag, so I wouldn't have to do much. But, I like thrifting. So maybe incorporating some more thrift pieces. I know it's so easy to put on, brand names, but I feel like a fashionista really knows how to thrift. And really, you're going to dress up anything, baby, okay? Whether it's 30 years old or brand new, okay? You're going to dress it up and spice it up. So I would love to dress Drake. I'm going to put that out there too, Lord.
And there you go. Put it out there. He'll pop up in Favorite Fridays. He's going to pull up with the donation.
Yes. Yes. Pull up with the donation, Drake.
I like that one. Okay, so it is now time for the wrap-up segment. So how does this relate to self-love? Self-love is loving yourself enough to be a light, to be able to give to others, and loving yourself enough to allow yourself to receive. You deserve it too. Just like the people you're giving to deserve, you deserve to be loved to and, catered to as well. So Starr, how do you practice self-love?
I practice self-love by just praying, being grateful for my breath, for my breath, my life. And I think that's just important, being prayed up and staying in prayer and just always talking to God and letting him know that, I see what he's doing, and just trying to love myself as much as he loves me. Ooh. I think we forget that too. Like, we don't know how special we are, y'all. We are so special. And, I don't like using hate in my vocabulary, but I disagree when, you know, people question themselves and doubt themselves and, you know, are just kind of, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, we should never question ourselves. We should just love on ourselves, because we should just see ourselves like God sees us. I feel like if we saw ourselves like that, we would have no questions about ourselves. You know, we would just get out there and be the best we could be, because it's so much that we could do in the world. But because of the self-doubt, because of the, you know, depression that follows, you know, just by, you know, questioning yourself and, you know, not knowing your purpose and things like that, that holds you up from being creative and thinking about, you know, what do I love the most? And I feel like if you tap into what you love the most, if that's you, then baby, show you off. Okay, because you never know where you can take you, you know. So I practice self-love by trying to, you know, give myself grace and love on me the way that I know God wants me to love on me.
That was a beautiful answer. Thank you for sharing. And would love to ask every guest this question as a wrap-up question. What do you want to be remembered for?
Oh, I just want to be remembered for just always being a light.
Yeah.
Always being a light in the world, you know, in the midst of the darkness, you know, being love. Like I said, just being love. You know, I just want everyone to, when I'm no longer here, that's what I want my legacy to be, is love. For people to know, okay, well, she did what she needed to do to be a light in the world, and just to be a reflection of God and, you know, the beautiful things that He's created. You know, we're all beautiful in our own way, and God makes no mistakes, you know. So,
oh my goodness, you're definitely already paving that way and doing it as we speak. So thanks for sharing. And remember, you guys, accept the blessings from others that you deserve, and being selfless is a beautiful thing. So allow that beauty and that light to shine through.
Yes.
It was a pleasure having you on here, Starr. Thank you so much for coming through.
It was such a pleasure for being here. Such a treat.
Right, doing our work, our giving.
Yes, and I just want to say I'm so proud of you as well. You've taken on this solo road, and you're doing the thing, you know. And I just want you to give yourself grace and continue to love yourself, because you're out here being a creative, you know, for other people that want to, you know, start, you know, to talk and just to have conversations. This is a form of communication, and I feel like our people need more platforms like this, you know, to get the word out and to promote themselves and promote their businesses. So I just want to thank you for your work, and thank you for having me. Thank you for thinking of me.
Always, girl. I was waiting for this day. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for those words. I definitely accept everything you just said. Thank you. And before we go to, can you shout out your Instagram, your social, any favorite Fridays again, so people can donate, all that?
Oh yes. So my personal IG handle is @StarrG. So that's @StarrG, and then Favorite Fridays is @Favorite Fridays. So it's @FAVORFRIDAYS. And I look forward to seeing y'all.
Yes. Make sure y'all show up and and donate. I appreciate y'all tapping into the newest Speak Up JV segment, Speak Up JV Now, episode 23 with Starr. You can catch me live you catch my episodes every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. I'm on Twitter @SpeakUpJV, on Instagram @SpeakUpJV. My personal is @Vernisa. Before I go, quick shout out to my amazing sponsors. Shout out to My Bar, located at 720 East Manchester, Inglewood, California. Get your nails, your lashes, your hair done. Ask for mine. Tell them that Speak Up JV sent you. The Instagram is @NYY.VAR. And also shout out to Be Actual Natural. Why settle for less? All their products are created with you in mind. Go to let your self-love show through your self-care. The chemical-free hair and skincare products are handmade, plant-based, and free of fillers or preservatives. Choose yourself while taking care of yourself. Start your journey at www.beactualnatural.com. The IG is @BeActualNatural. Thank you again, Starr. This was great.
Thank you.
Yes, and I hope you guys all enjoy the rest of your week. And I will be back next week. Tell your friends about Speak Up JV.
Love y'all.
Love y'all. Send in light and love. Bye.